Hi, I'm Starflower Barrage, and I'm still working on that name. It's not really my name, but it's the name that I'm going to go with for now. I've been wanting to start this channel, which I'm calling Finding Your Center. Also called it Searching for Your Center. It's really not just a channel, it's a project. I'm going to start it today. And I'm sweaty from bringing things in from the car, and so, whatever. Um, it's really time. And so this project is really about helping me, but also helping you to find your center and exist in a world that's unlike any other world that we may have existed in before that I know of. And that is one that is focused on being, being a human being, not a human doing. There's so much pressure. Everything that is almost spoken of outside of ourselves is about producing um, something else, producing an effect, producing a change, maintaining the same. And there's so little about being in all of that nomenclature in the world that I think it's really high time that I begin to talk about it, because it's been a real process for me and I'm not really great at it. Um, Trying to fix my hair here. Um, so being a human being versus a human doing. And in my experience of helping lots and lots of people, that is often where the illness, the issue comes in. And for me too, the focus is on others. The focus is on outside of myself. And rarely have I ever paid any attention to what's actually happening inside me. And not only that, what do I want to be happening inside of me? And so, if you're viewing this, I'm welcoming you along with me on this project. It's May 2020, and the world has, to say it lightly, has begun a fully transformational process. And again, I think it goes along with this channel, because I'm saying this for posterity. Of course, everybody who's going to be watching this is going to be like, yeah, me too. But again, for posterity, we have been instructed by our local, state, national governments to stay in our homes since late February, definitely in March and in April, to stay in our homes because of a very contagious virus. Some are saying man-made and engineered. Some are saying a culling of the herd. And some are just saying, I don't know. And I'm a little bit in all three of those camps. And so in May, mid-May of 2020, our state of Maryland is beginning to come out of lockdown. And this has happened all over the world. Entire countries and entire nations have gone into lockdown to flatten the curve of the contagion, ostensibly to not have everybody dying at the same time. And I did for probably 6 weeks. I went out of the house to exercise, or I exercised a lot. But I didn't work for that time. I closed my practice, and I didn't work as an occupational therapist. And really reset. And I think it's really had a profound effect to invite me to start this project that I've wanted to do for a long time, and really begin the process. So here we are in a t-shirt on a Saturday, and it's very rough. I, wanted to record this not on my phone initially. The washing machine is going at the same time. But there it is. And if it doesn't go this time, I'll keep trying over and over and over, because I think it's really important. I think what's very true is that what's being birthed on the planet, and then inside me, and very possibly inside you, and inside our communities, and inside maybe our hopes and dreams, is a real shift between producing and being. And there are not many people that are going to be able to even understand the importance of those two distinctions, because as it is right now, most of the world is focused on producing. What have you done today? What have you done for others? Show me your life. And what that means is, here are pictures of all the projects I've done. Here's my resume, which is all the things I've accomplished and done and held. But again, there is no one really asking me, but who have you been in these pursuits? And I think that that's very important. So again, I've thought a lot about this, and it's not a one-off thing. I'll continue to produce videos. I think very often it might develop into a conversation between me and another person, because certainly I don't have all the answers. But an invitation for you too, to tell me how you find your center. And again, finding your center is part of our being. So, human being, I'm looking at some notes I made. So, human being is all about the process. It's very process oriented. And again, when we just stop right there and say, does this world that we have, that we live in right now, have any time for process? Not really. There's 9 months given to, a pregnant woman to gestate a baby. Beyond that, not much more. And even that, it's, the 9 months comes, it goes, a day over, there's a problem, a day sooner than that, there's a problem. So the very process of producing a human, growing a human inside of us, in all of the natural ways that happens right now, is pushed and pushed and pushed. The emphasis is on the product, the baby. And again, so many areas I look in my life, it's and again, I'm not being a victim in all of this. It's just interesting to me, and I think it's worth at least a conversation and a project to begin to investigate what goes into and what happens when I stop the craziness of the world and start investigating the craziness inside of me. So I'm going to read some other notes. Um, and the washing machine is going off again. So, focusing on your inside. Who are you? Who do you want to be? Again, versus a focus on what others want. Who do others want you to be? Again, I think that that's some very important questions. It brings to mind too, in terms of these. So I'm developing lines in terms of this human being being a process, focusing on your inside, who you are. To me, that brings to mind this eternity of our soul, the infinite, the unlimited. These resources available to everyone. It doesn't have to be a special somebody. It doesn't have to even be useful. And again, in these times, thankfully, I haven't had to face food shortage, but certainly resources have come into mind in terms of money, because I haven't been working, and then what do I do with that money? And so again, this inquisition into finding my center, into being human, into this process oriented, brings to mind these very, for me, calming concepts of the resources are not limited, they're unlimited, like oxygen. And again, who am I being? And then even again, verbs like holding space, taking care of myself, receiving, which is a big one, belonging. These are, to me, these are tender and organic topics, but again, these topics bring so much life with them, and again, I think are not spoken of in a greater audience. Again, I'm drawing this line back to human doing, the production of a product. How many YouTube viewers do you have? How many subscribers? How much money do you have? These kinds of lines bring to mind a focus on what others want me to be. It also brings to mind that these resources are time limited, are finite, are exclusive or special. You have to be a special person to claim these products. That you have to act now, or the urgency is so very real. And I know for myself, when I have acted urgently or in a rush, I have made errors of judgment in my life. And not to say that acting quickly is a bad thing. But again, there's so much push to act quickly, act now. And there's very little time to stand back and survey what's going on in the interior of me that would have me act. So verbs like urgency, time is running out, that these resources are depleting. There's a real focus on the new and the bold and the big. And again, very little emphasis and very little space for the small, the maybe timid, and unsure of the activities that we want to do or we want to investigate, the uncertainty of it. These won't be long videos. I'm hoping to be under 20 minutes. And again, that right there is looking at the product. I don't want to waste your time when time is immeasurable in many ways. And for these last weeks, many times people have said all we've got is time. So I'm making myself chuckle as I say that right now. And so I heartily invite you to join me on the trip. I'll try to dress up a little bit next time. Maybe, maybe not. And we'll see what comes of this project. And I want to thank you for your encouragement and your interest. So many of you individually I've spoken to about this project, but not collectively. And so, thank you. Thanks for letting me get started today on a project. And looking forward to your thoughts. And so I'll send this video out. Have a great day. Bye-bye.